Hello everyone! In today's video I want to highlight some behaviors that can indicate that your partner cheats on you, or at least that some kind of love story develops behind your back. Why it is important to know and recognize those signs as soon as they begin. Because if you notice it early enough, it can save your couple from breaking up, since by Australian statistics, infidelity is on third place among the reasons for divorce. My name is Darina and I run a psychology blog for a happier living. Let's begin! So the first reason indicating that your partner might be cheating on you is changes in phone behavior. We all know that these days all our life is in our phones. So if there is something going on, phone will be the first thing I would put attention to. They put the phone with its screen down, hold it on silent to avoid unexpected text notifications, carry it around the house and even in the bathroom while showering, and if it gets in your hands, they start acting aggressive or stressed out. And let's move on to the next one. Improved appearance. There is nothing wrong if your partner looking after himself or herself, but if it's a sudden change, the key word here is sudden. Change in wardrobe, they started actively losing weight, going to the gym and changing eating habits. It might be wise to take a closer look. Especially when you have been married for a huge number of years and you know that such behavior is not typical to your partner. Number 3, changes in sexual relationships. It can be an abrupt decrease of intimate moments or no sex at all. If sex does occur, it seems very strange, like very technical rather than emotionally connected. Your partner seems not with you at that moment and they're not involved and just want it to be over soon. Also important to say that the topic of sexual relationships is very delicate, and those changes can happen if there is just an old unresolved conflict in a couple or your partner is stressed because of work. So I would personally take a closer look at this point only if other indicators are present. Number 4, periods of unavailability. Periods when they are not available. They used to always respond to your text messages or phone calls. Even if they are busy, they will always pick up the phone and say, "I'm gonna call you soon." But suddenly they disconnect and making excuses for poor network coverage, loud music, or say, for example, they had a late work meeting. They are also more likely to have girls or boys nights out, which can even take place out of town, such as camping trip or similar. Again, all of this may be true, but it is worth paying more attention if this behavior is out of character, or if you start asking additional questions like who is coming there, what was the meeting about, and the answers are really vague or they try to avoid responding at all. Number 5, hostility towards you or your relationship. You suddenly get a lot of criticism and a lot of irritation from their side. Nothing you do is right. The reason for this could be underlying guilt of cheating. So by criticizing you, they artificially find excuses for their cheating. In their head, the excuse sounds like, "I cheated because it is your fault. If you would be a better partner, I would never do it." Secondly, they can be hostile towards you because they compare you to the other person they cheated with. And thirdly, they are angry with themselves that for some reason they cannot end the relationship with you and be with a new person. So they redirect their anger at you. And finally, number 6, the disappearance of emotional intimacy. Their behavior at home is more like a roommate than a loving spouse. They no longer share their feelings, dreams and thoughts with you, which could mean they're sharing them with someone else, unless they see a counselor 3 times a week, which is probably very unlikely. Also, they are no longer making long-term plans with you. If before you had a plan for the year ahead, which holidays you will spend where, now When you ask what are we going to do when you will have a work leave, it is always, I don't know, let's not plan ahead, I don't know how I'm going to feel about it, and so on. Don't get too paranoid, because your partner may be showing all these signs and still not be cheating, or showing some signs that could mean something else. For example, putting the phone on silent mode means they just don't want work to bother them after hours, or a lack of intimacy could be a sign of depression or stress at work, which I already said earlier. But a combination of these signs is definitely worth paying attention to, as it could mean that something isn't working in the relationship. So keep your eyes open, as it can help you to assess the situation clearly and make a rational judgment rather than reacting to an unexpected finding with a hot head. Don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel, follow me on Instagram, and I will see you in the next videos.